Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Yay. I'm wearing my Dial My Heart sweater for Valentine's Day. So it's Valentine's Day and yeah, it seems like I've been single for most of the Valentine's days of my life. And then even if I had some kind of relationship during a Valentine's Day, it seems like it was always messed up due to my own dysfunction, my own inability to be honest, or just crazy expectations, expecting things from people who weren't on the same page. All that being said, Valentine's Day can be a huge trigger. And if you're someone who is mindful to triggers in your life, today's a day to be mindful and be self-aware. Today's also a great day because Justin Bieber's new album Changes has dropped, and that's super exciting for me because I love Justin Bieber, have for many years. And anyway, that'll be good because I can listen to his music, which is something I derive pleasure from during my comings and goings, time in my car. And so that's something I can be mindful of doing. That is something that I like. So triggers seem to have become a popular word in my life as well in the life of people I work with, whether you're in recovery, healing trauma, victims of domestic violence, sexual abuse, rape, any of the things. We all have triggers, divorce, any kind of emotional trauma or anything that we've suppressed inside of ourselves that are triggered by sometimes regular life events and also sometimes by things we don't expect. So Valentine's Day is a trigger for a lot of us who have attachment issues. I have attachment issues. A bulk of my work in therapy for the last year has been sort of mediating through attachment theory stuff, attachment, how it's played out in my life over and over again. And so Valentine's Day being sort of the celebration of being attached romantically is a trigger. So today, I noticed it starting a few days ago. Everything is Happy Valentine's Day. All over the social media, the TV, everything is Happy Valentine's Day, celebrating love, eat at our restaurant, buy the roses, buy all the things, be in love. Tell the person you love them. And so I start to notice that I'm starting to feel a little heightened. For me, it seems to come out as sort of an angry disposition or, angry, short of patience with myself, with other people. On top of that, I'm physically a little sick right now. I have a head cold, and so I'm not sleeping very well, and I don't feel good. I've missed 2 days of workout, so that doesn't feel good. And all of my systems are off at a time when I want everything to be as routine as possible. When we're walking into things that we know are going to trigger us, right now everything is in disarray. All of my systems are out of whack. So I have to be even more mindful. And as we go through mindfulness together, this is a perfect example for me to pay attention to how I am treating myself and treating other people. For instance, my natural inclination to want to isolate is even heightened right now. So I am making an even greater attempt to, if not to physically be present with people, to reach out to people, to talk to people, to be present in the few, in friendships that I have. Be mindful of not isolating. In addition, when I start to feel angry and my head starts to ruminate a little bit, I'm able to stop myself for a mindful minute, I call it, and say, hey, I'm not angry at that person. I'm not angry at my dog. What is the real source of this anger right now? And so in that very minute, I can take 10 deep breaths. unclench my fists. You see, our default is to this, to unclench, soften our shoulders, close our eyes, take some deep belly breaths, and realize that in the moment, the thing that I am exerting my emotion on has nothing to do with the source of the angst inside of me. And therefore, I'm present to the fact that I feel angsty. I'm present to the fact that something maybe I've suppressed for a long time is wanting to come up. I'm present to the fact that it's coming up and I'm going to have to heal it. And in that moment, what can I do to heal it? Lashing out on somebody else or myself isn't going to be the way to heal it. So in that moment, sometimes I choose to journal if I have time, or sometimes I choose to work it out inside of my head using words and say, you know, I'm not mad at that person right now. This is something to do with the past, or this is something to do with my feeling abandoned in the past. This is baggage I've carried with me for a long time. I see it, I name it, and I can heal it. And this is a process that goes on, you know, sometimes the course of days, weeks, months. But claiming it, naming it, and healing it seems to have worked for me. And as a result, I'm a nicer human being to others and to myself. So being mindful in these moments of triggers really just means taking a breath, understanding the source of the angst, and cooling my systems. Meaning I'm not going to shout or throw things. I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to behave poorly. I'm not going to stomp my feet and walk away. I'm not going to quit studying and go to bed. I'm going to be present to it, even if it doesn't feel good. Even if it means going for a walk or drinking more water or just digging in a little deeper, doing yoga, getting into child's pose. Yesterday, again, I was having a super angsty moment, so I defaulted to yoga nidra, which is a practice that is really changing my life. I hope to share with you soon. And I probably spent 30 minutes just still. In the beginning, my mind racing. All I was committed to was breathing and being still, noticing where my mind was going, gently bringing it back to breathing, and then eventually falling into that super peaceful feeling. And like I said, about 20, 25, half an hour, 20 minutes later, opening my eyes and feeling like a new human being. Throughout the meditation, I noticed my heart would race a little bit, meaning that's anxiety. I know I'm carrying stuff around that I'm really not dealing with. I was present to it. I felt it. I breathed through it. It didn't kill me. I feel stronger because of it. And so I want to encourage you to try all of those things. I'm working on some guided meditations that I can put up here. I'm not ready to post them yet. It's kind of I gotta get used to hearing my voice in that sort of system. And I want to make sure the words are right and that they're going to be pleasing and relaxing to other people. So I still have some studying and research to do. So today, happy Valentine's Day. The goal of all of this is to find some deeper love for ourselves, some better understanding of our worth, some knowledge of how much God loves us, understanding that romantic love in many cases is just a system developed by humans, that real love Real love doesn't need to be celebrated on Valentine's Day. But I encourage all of my people who are in beautiful romantic relationships to love each other today and love each other every day. And for those of you who aren't like me, to love ourselves and to love our friends and be present in all of our friendships and all of our relationships. Bye.